YouTube, good morning. Welcome to the I Am MzTia show, where it's one question a day. Who sent you? Because every headline has a message, every message has a purpose, and every story deserves another perspective. Listen, Drake financing crimes. Dr. Fauci, stone him. And Jadakiss. Hey, Jadakiss, answer the door. There's a 38 special at the door. Ooh, this is going to be good.
She says she's been bitten from head to toe.
I don't know what been chewing on me, but I know I'm ate up on me. Watch how she up to score her number 4 play 4, cause that bitch.
Yes, right? Who sent you? That's the title of the show today. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me. I get too into this. I'm too into this. Once again, thank you for joining me. This is the I Am MzTia show. Let me do my disclaimer. Listen, the views are mine and mine only. If your favorite rapper, celebrity, politician, or internet personality catches a stray, listen, this is my opinion. Please remain calm. This is commentary, not comeback. But ooh, honey, the docket is crazy today. Listen, between these 12-hour shifts that I'm having and you guys out here in the internet world, oh my God. It's good. It's good. I just can't stop. Hold up. I got my Joe, right? I needed it. So I got my Joe with me today. But ooh, it's so good. Before we get started, listen. Did you hear G over there? Drake and crimes? Oh my God. Listen, he wasn't even on the docket. I wasn't even trying to talk about him, right? But oh, really? I believe it. Listen, once again, thank you for tuning in. Great topics today. Like I said, Jadakiss. Hello, Jadakiss. Right? Answer the door. Answer the door. There's a 38 special at the door, right? What is it? Let me get right into it. Jadakiss versus 38 special. Listen, I wasn't paying attention to this until I saw that Joe button. I wasn't, I'm looking, everybody's watching. We've been watching this for the last 1 or 2 weeks, 2-3 weeks, right? But when Joe Budden made the statement that he made about, you won't come on my couch, I was like, excuse me, is it me? There's a lot of gatekeeping up there in New York. What y'all doing up there? I think 38 Special is really trying to bring the vibe of New York back. I think this is you guys' opportunity to sound regional again, right? Because you guys sound so much like everyone else that I felt like this was you guys' moment. And for him to go up against Jadakiss, I thought it was only fair. I thought it was only right. I felt like Jadakiss should open the door to someone like a 38 Special, right? Am I saying his name right? Right? Just to revitalize the New York music scene. Like what's going on? This is you guys' moment. But I see that it's a lot of gatekeeping amongst the small community of the hip hop world there. Crazy. So just like a street, right? I'm not asking, I'm kicking down the door. So I think that's what 38 Spesh is doing, right? And what the best way to do it is to go after the top dog, and that's Jadakiss, right? You remember that clip on Versus when he was going against Dipset? He literally sat in front of the stage and he said, I'm here, I'm outside. You know where I'm at. Remember? Right? So I think it's only right that 38 Special took, am I saying this right? He took the initiative to go after the one who deemed himself as king. Now listen, everybody say that Jada is battle ready, but is he? Huh? Is he? It's a difference with you just getting on the mic and you just doing your thing until you really have to sit into that pressure and really have to go through that battle thing. So watching the different battles throughout the time, I think Kendrick Lamar and Drake battle was one that set the standard of this is real, this is going to be hard. Like you normally battle rappers, they take a month where they get all their materials right. They do their research, blah, blah, blah. But you seen through the Kendrick and the Drake, it was like dead on, spot on. It was like it wasn't no time. And to be honest with you, that's a lot of pressure. And I think a lot of people who act like they can do that, that's really hard to do. That's not an easy thing. So to me, I think Jadakiss really he's scared. I think he's fearful of losing the position of being the number one MC in New York at this time, right? Right? Because, he claimed that. You guys crowned him that when he was on the verses, that he was the best. Even now, if you talk about the New York MCs, Jadakiss right now is kind of in the top 5 concerning who to battle and who got it. So I think it's only right that 38 Special went after Jada. And I think Jada should allow him that moment, right? It would even sharpen his tool as an MC. Come on, Jada. Answer the door. There's a 38 Special at the door, right? Right? So, when you think about it, I think this is something he need to do. He never really had this type of a battle. And like I said, it's not easy as you think. Kendrick made it look so good, but I'm telling you, as a fan, sitting as a fan, from a fan perspective, I was nervous every day, praying, reaching to the God, like, God, my brother gotta win. He gotta win this, right? Praying, fasting, going deep for the bro. Like, cause he got to come out on top. This means everything for the culture, for hip hop, and where it was going. Cause to be honest with you, at that point, it was really going fast down the wrong highway. And for some reason, Kendrick was able to stop the train and kind of slow it down and kind of turn it a little. So, Jadakiss, everybody can't do that. I understand, but say that. Cause I think, if you're real and you got it, 38 Special should be easy. He should be an easy win, right? But listen, I don't have long with this segment. The real question is, who sent you? Right? Who sent 38 Special? Huh? Who's behind it? Huh? Who's the financial power behind the 38 Special making his presence? Listen, I even seen him on the Summer Jam stage. Everybody can't do that. A random can't do that. So this is how I knew who was behind him. Who sent you 38 Special? You know what? I was thinking about some things and I saw a couple of key players, right? 2 people that made me think about this when I saw 050 the movement. Shout out to him. And what's the other guy name? I think it's Harlem Legend, right? When I saw them 2, guess what I said? I said, all roads don't lead to Shreveport, but they sure lead to 50. Ooh, all roads lead to 50 Cent. Huh. Right? He's a big financial backing, so I can see it. Allegedly. This is good, right? It looks like it, right? Right? Even when you see the people that 38 Special is going after, the Jim Jones, the Joe, the Jadas, right? All of 50's nemesis, right? Right? What Pac said, you don't go to war till you get your money right. And Pac said, I got my money right. It's time to go to war. Don't that look like 50? Right? 50, I see you. All roads lead to 50. This is good. Will Jada come outside? Huh? Jada, come outside. Well, he said it. He said, I'm outside. Right? So you have to be careful what you say, because the people trying to make you, come for what you said. They want it. And I think 38 Spesh should be into the fold. Why do he want to get into this fold? I don't know, right? I think it's the streets versus the industry to me. And the streets got more power. But for some reason, I do believe he was sent. Who sent you? This is good. I'm watching. I'm watching. Ooh, let's talk about something else. I'm messy. I was looking on Twitter and someone was saying, what is one of Kendrick's favorite? What is one of your favorite lines from Kendrick? So many. But I remember when he said, you niggas can drive me in a tri-state. I'm sorry being this. That's a good one. Listen to this. Lil Wayne fans was very upset with me last week. I put up a clip last week of one of my, little clips, and I put it up on the short, just to get some attraction or whatever. And a lot of fans came into the queue, into the into the comment section, very upset. They didn't like the things I was saying. Lil Wayne was talking to kids. They even felt like maybe I was talking down on Wayne, but to me, I felt like I was giving Wayne, an outing, right? Is it me? I felt like I was giving Wayne a leg up back into the fold of people, not so much as feeling sorry for him, but just understanding that some of the things that he went through, and maybe the cause of his nonchalant, his not there moment, or not being aware, right? Being young, coming into this industry. So a lot of his fans is very, mad about it. But listen, I understand, because when you be talking about Kendrick, I be up in your comment like, so I get it. But I thought I was saying something good. And then from the child perspective, kids, being from the South, everybody is children, kids, baby. That's a term of endearment for us in the South. If you know anything, we call everybody baby. How you doing, baby? The baby, yeah, baby. How you do? It's a term of endearment. Children, anybody you're older than, you could be a year older than them. You're gonna say these kids. It's just, I think it's just where I'm from. So I'm sorry that sometimes I forget that a lot of people not where I'm from. They can't understand my lingo sometimes, and the things that I say sound funny or different to people. So you may hear me say baby. Or kids, children, being older was a thing. It was a sign of authority. It was a sign of wisdom, right? So anybody under you, you look at them like, look at this baby. Look at these kids, right? It could be a year. You just felt the authority in being older. So I'm sorry. So I hope that helped you when you hear me say certain things. But anyway, did you see this? Who is this Kimbo Hip Hop Joshua, right? This hip hop guy, right? I seen him on some of the Black clips, and he was talking about Wayne, Drake, and how the industry really kind of messed up over them, bad contracts. Things he's seen, Jay-Z, Kanye, which I like this kind of interview, because it's not so much as they exposing this situation. I think it was so much of just giving information, that's something that we all knew, but we wasn't quite sure. So to hear the hip hop Joshua guy speak, it was kind of like great. It didn't sound exposing. It was more of clarity, which I felt like it's needed right now. We're in a time where revelation, things is being brought to the front that you need to know, right? So I really enjoyed that interview. Vlad always kind of give you a little messy. He was trying to go there, but the guy hip hop, he was holding it together to find some things about how he was contributing to some of Jay-Z's albums, and how they helped a lot of people with contracts, and just to let them see this is crazy. Lil Wayne, terrible. Great interview. Go over and check it out. I'm not a big advocate of Vlad, but when I see him doing good, I would say his name. So that was great. Right. Let's get here. Do I got something else? Kendrick Lamar. Okay, this is a Kendrick channel. Of course, we talk about Kendrick. Quit playing. A lot of people hack Kendrick music this week. Is that normal? Kendrick, is that you? Kendrick, is that you? I've been hearing a lot of Kendrick songs this week. A lot of people say they were Mr. Morale throwaways, but the songs is awesome. Oh my God. One of the songs that I love was Prayer, where he was kind of sitting in the seat of different people. I think at this point he was sitting in a seat of talent, right? Kendrick imagination and where he goes in his mind. I told y'all, one of the best. Who was that? I think I was listening to the third verse, and they was talking about how Kendrick may be considered the best rapper right now. And I wanted to say that to Kendrick. How does it feel to be the best in your time? Right? Because normally in the 90s, you had so many people who was the best. You had the DMX, the Biggies, the Tupacs. Like, it was a group of them who was talented, and they had a lot of competition. Right now in the Kendrick era, it's only him. How does that feel to be the leader of that? Right? That's a gift that only you stand in that space of being the greatest. Listen, the guy on third verse, he said it. I'm just co-signing because I believe it too. He's the best right now in his era. And a lot of people say, what's the Kendrick Lamar era? Right now, he's the best. It's something when nobody else get to stand with you. That's something that's special. Thank God for that. That's crazy. Let's go here. Did you see Stephen A. Smith? Right? He apologized to Kyrie Irving, which I thought was great. And plus, Dr. Fauci stoned him. Dr. Fauci, who sent you? Right? That's another who sent Dr. Fauci. Let me not go too far. Let me not go too far there. But anyway, did you see Stephen A. Smith? He apologized to Kyrie Irving. He said a lot of people just kind of spoke ill about Kyrie Irving, and he wanted to be the first to apologize. I thought that was very big of Stephen A. Smith. He get a lot of slack for being in this seat of hearing everybody's point of view. So a lot of people relate him to being this coon. Can I say that? Is that not right to say? Because he's sitting in the seat of everyone's point of view. What do you think? What are you saying? Right? Because I'm noticing, I'm watching his shows, and he bringing two perspective on, right? And he's like, well, let me hear you. And sometimes he do not lean towards the perspective that people in our community think he should. And with him not doing that, they call him names like coon, blah, 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 traitor, blah, blah, blah. But, sometimes in this situation, you have to really lean towards right. You really do. And sometimes when you lean towards right in our community, you get called names. So I get it. But anyway, he apologized to Kyrie Irving due to what's the correct term so I won't get in trouble? The shots, right? That Dr. Fauci is pleading the fifth about. That's crazy. Stone him. Every time I hear Dr. Fauci, I just hear stone him, right? Somebody said, Tia, that's an old thing. But that was kind of like a slow down. They really felt it. Right. And what the harm that Dr. Fauci did to, I would say the United States, but I'm saying the world, to me, was horrendous. It was something that I've never seen. I would have never thought I experienced that in this lifetime. Looking at the different things that went on through different civilizations. And man, we was almost there due to, if people didn't kind of think and say, you know what? No. That don't sound right. Wait a minute. Because there's a lot of people were rebellious, and we was like, we ain't going. And a lot of people lost their jobs. A lot of people went through a lot of traumatic things during that time. And I think a lot of them would never get that place again, the apology, their money, their jobs, just their life back. A lot of kids lost, they was behind in school. At that time, my daughter was in school, and I had to sacrifice and make the decision to say, no, go to school. Cause I did. I think I put my daughter back in school. I was like, no, go to school. Put your mat, go to school. Right. Because I knew, her education was important. So I prayed, and I was like, go to school. And it worked out. But that Dr. Stone him. Stone him. Listen to this. Lil Troy. I don't know if you guys know Lil Troy. He had the song, Wanna Be a Baller, Shot Caller, right? This was what? 90 something? 2, 6, 7, 8? It was one of them. But anyway, Lil Troy out of Houston, I believe, not Dallas. I think he was out of Houston. But anyway, this is so crazy. I was scrolling and roaming through Instagram, and I saw that the Wanna Be a Baller song was they used the instrumental from Lear Corvette, Prince, right? Crazy. And they talked about how they called Prince to get the permission, right? Because when you use other people's music, you have to go through all these situations, record companies, blah, blah, blah. So he said he called Prince and said, hey, can we do this? And they said, Prince listened to the song and he was like, you know what? I like the way they doing it. I like the way it sounds. Let them use it and I don't want nothing from it. What? Now see, Joe Budden, New York, that's how you open up a door for artists to be able to do this industry thing. See, y'all got it twisted. That's how you do it. That's why I admire and I pay reference to the artists of those times, the Michael Jacksons, the Prince, George Clinton, because they understood the importance of keeping this music going. So you're going to have to allow and bring people in and maybe even coach them to continue to push this culture. And you have the ones now, y'all just gatekeeping. It's terrible. It's disgusting. And so I was listening at an interview with Little Troy, and they was asking him, what is he's what he's doing now? Where is he? And he was just talking about he went into the trucking company and he also continued to help artists to continue to be into this music industry. And if you know anything about Houston, they was throwing people out like a factory. They was coming up left and right through Houston, right? You had your Flips, your Zoes. What's the other guy name? Chameleonaire, right? All of them. They was coming. Houston really showed a lot of people give Atlanta the credit of putting each other on, but Houston, they really put each other on. And it's so sad when I look at New York, y'all don't have that same mindset. Y'all don't have that. It's crazy. Like 38 Special should not be trying to be rude or break down a door or have to battle you guys for you to invite him into the fold, because the whole point is to push the culture. The whole point is to push the culture. Teach the people coming up. And this is what we do in our community. We don't take pride in that. If you're good at something and you see the next person coming up and you like what they do, you admire them, or you can see where you can be an importance in the career because the whole purpose is about pushing the culture, invite them into the fold. That's the point, to keep it going. Anyway, you can't tell everybody how to do it. Some of you guys, you're crazy. I said it. Is that it? I had something else on the Kaylin Walker, but I don't think I want to get into that. But thank you guys for tuning in. Once again, the whole goal and purpose is about pushing the culture, bringing up the new artists, the new people that you see that may sit in your position. You inspired by them. You can see where they can take the culture, the moment. Be a hand. Lift that, be a hand. Reach out and say, man, I see what you got. I think you could do this. This will be great. This is how it's designed to keep going. I think a lot of us in the culture, we're helping to destroy it by not allowing the new people who we see that can push it to come in. All right. Before I keep saying the same thing. Thank you. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Hold up. I got an outro. Wait a minute. I got an outro. Listen, these are my opinions, not universal facts. The channel is built on commentary, conversation, and culture. Agree or disagree, you're welcome here. Before you leave, hit the like button and leave a comment. I'll see y'all later. Bye.